Hello, everyone. Happy holidays. I'm Executive Director of the Tennessee Democratic Party, Britt Bender, and I'm so glad to be sharing this evening with you. Before our team goes into a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and all the other holidays we celebrate, we just wanted to spend a little time together to say thanks for all that we've achieved in 2022 and to look forward to what we can achieve together in 2023. We have a wonderful evening together, and it's going to be a celebration of all of that. First, I want to say a few thank yous. Thank you to our candidates and our legislators who've worked hard all year long to run fabulous campaigns, pass legislature, and do everything in the face of adversity to pass progress and to push for democracy in Tennessee. Thank you to the volunteers who supported all of those campaigns and the work that we've had to do, like registering voters, knocking doors, making phone calls, sending texts, everything, and dedicating hours of their life to do so. And thank you to Democrats everywhere who not only voted and donated and volunteered, but kept the faith and stayed committed to the Tennessee Democratic Party and will keep that faith for years to come. Now, I wouldn't be able to continue on if I didn't say thank you to our wonderful sponsors of tonight's fundraiser. Thank you so much to Eric Wilson, Britt McBride, John Freeman, Martha Wedeman, Phil Lawson, Dr. Curtis Johnson, Fred and Elaine Hall, and Dr. Eddie Cribb. And thank you so much for sustaining donors from the Finance Council and the Governor's Circle and the President's Club, whose recurring contributions keep the Tennessee Democratic Party thriving on a permanent basis. Now we have a fantastic lineup and a really fun evening prepared for you. We've got performers like Jay Amo, Morgxn, and Lou Ridley, and we'll be hearing from inspiring legislators like Georgia Representative Park Cannon and those we know from home, Tennessee Representative Gloria Johnson, House Caucus Chair John Ray Clemmons, and Senate Caucus Chair London Lamar. And of course, we know we'll have special guest Pastor Judd, and we'll wrap up the evening hearing from our wonderful chair, Kendra Lamar. Now sit back and relax and enjoy a wonderful, cheery evening with us. And here's the message of
Greetings, everyone. My name is Tamara Bates. I am the Director of Community Engagement. Doesn't my sweater look pretty today? I'm in the Christmas spirit. So tonight, I have the pleasure of introducing Representative Park Cannon all the way from Georgia, the House of Representatives. Thank you, Representative Cannon, for joining us tonight, and we cannot wait to hear your holiday greeting.
Good evening, Tennessee Democrats. I am so excited to be with you. My name is Park Cannon. I am proud to be one of the youngest women elected to the Georgia House of Representatives. Now, the work that we've been doing in Georgia to turn her blue has not been easy. It's taking us years and years of figuring out how grassroots supporters can be a deeper part of the Democratic Party. You may remember last year when I was unlawfully arrested by knocking on the governor's door. The goal of us, since we have had that difficult time in my office, was to figure out how we can keep knocking in communities across Georgia. Knocking on doors literally to make sure that people have access to the information that they need now that the voting laws have changed, but also reminding people to knock on the doors of injustice that they might see in their communities. For example, reminding them to attend election board meetings at the county and state level. Additionally, reminding them to attend school board meetings to determine what polling places will be open. And lastly, reminding them to figure out their voting plan at least 2 weeks in advance. We just got through our December runoff for the United States Senate, and we're so glad that we were successful. But we do have to talk about the elephant in the room. how the other side will continue to put forward candidates that mock the very being that we have worked so hard for. We saw a lot of dog whistling. We saw a lot of race baiting. We saw blatant homophobia, transphobia, and attacks on the queer community, as well as an uptick in conversations about okaying violence. We want to be clear, as a Georgia Democratic Party and members who supported the election of Senator Raphael Warnock, we were working every day to dispel those myths by not actually saying the candidate's name. It's really important when we think about how the media can continue to twist words and use half-truths or mistruths in order to tank election results. So we continue to stay super positive, challenging the other campaign to a clean campaign challenge, to which they severely failed, and sticking true to the fact that Georgia was making history. Now, I want to remind all Tennessee Democrats that there are some structural barriers that we share between Tennessee and Georgia's border on voting rights. Same-day voter registration, without that. Long lines for voting, we both have that. Super gerrymandered maps that we'll have to live with for the next 10 years, we've got that too. And then lastly, a lack of support for our polling places through outside funding. With Senate Bill 202, we were concerned that now it says that nonprofits who might want to give an in-kind donation of PPE or N95 masks can no longer do that all of the funding has to be governmental. So I would highly recommend that you take a look at Georgia's Senate Bill 202, albeit 98 pages, looking for those specific types of issues to come up in your state and defending against them by using the data that we have collected through our Democratic Party of Georgia voter protection hotline, so that those do not become parts of your state code. We had to sue the state in order to get Saturday voting in our runoff, and they appealed it to the very last minute. We would hope that you wouldn't have to do that, and we think that by other states looking at Senate Bill 202 and defending its constitution against those things, it will be great. Now, just like in Georgia, we had a really big win with Senator Raphael Warnock. I'm really excited to commend the big wins that y'all had in November. I know House District 59 was pretty cool. House District 67 was great as well. Congratulations on that. Keep on going and keep on moving, because we are in similar places with the House majority and minority numbers. There are 79 of us and about 110 of them. I know there are about 23 Democrats in the House and 75 Republicans in your House. So we are both in this super minority / minority stage. I want you to reach into our office if we can ever help with any policy issues related to voting rights, or connect you to any organizations that have been on the ground. I want to thank you for having me at your holiday party. Holiday parties are a place where we can continue to network, but also begin to delegate and rest. I wish you a restful holiday, including Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, New Year's, and all of that in between. Stay in touch and happy holidays.
All right. Thank you so much, Representative Park Cannon, for your holiday greetings. Let's give her a round of applause. Next, who we have coming live to the stage, we have Morgxn. Morgxn. Let's give it up for Morgxn.
Hi, my name is Morgxn, and I'm a singer-songwriter based here in Nashville, Tennessee. I am also a third-generation Nashvilleian. When I moved back to Nashville a year ago, I was scared at the world that I was moving into. It is a very scary place for queer people in Tennessee right now. So the first song I wrote is a song called Pretend Rainbow, and I'm gonna play it for you tonight. The song is important to me because I believe that wherever I go, I will always fight to make a real rainbow happen, and that will happen in Tennessee. So this is my song, Pretend Rainbow. I'm very honored. Thank you for having me. And please vote for the Democratic Party of Tennessee.
Pretend that there's a rainbow hanging over me. Happy can't be far now, as far as I can see. Yeah, I want it to be somewhere I believe. Pretending there's a rainbow that's hanging over me. I remember when I first saw you standing down by the stairs. It was like the first time I heard it. Said my name like a prayer, read somewhere when I least expected. Love will come right to me. But when you're looking in my direction, well, you give me what I need. Pretend that there's a rainbow hanging over me. Happy can't be far now, as far as I can see. Yeah, I want it to be somewhere I believe. Pretending there's a rainbow, pretending there's a rainbow, pretending there's a rainbow that's hanging over me.
Wow, that song gives me the chills. Thank you so much, Morgxn. Such beautiful work, so powerful and meaningful for everything that you do. I had the pleasure of hearing Morgxn live once before during the election cycle, and I'm really thrilled to have had the support of him with this fundraiser. And so I'm wishing you, Morgxn, very happy holidays. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Next, we have joining us Representative Gloria Johnson. Are you with us, Gloria Johnson? Thank you, Representative.
Hi there, and great to see everybody. Happy to be here. Very excited, and I have to give a bunch of thank yous to everybody out there because all of you TNDP folks all across this state, Tennessee Democrats are fabulous. They helped us take a seat that was redistricted so that I couldn't run in it. And we were able to win House District 90, this seat that they completely changed to make it almost impossible for Democrats to win, and we won it. And it was only with the help of all the folks out there who donated their time, who donated their money, who showed up for us whenever we needed it and whenever we asked. I mean, people gave until they couldn't give anymore when they were asked. And I can't tell you how much it's appreciated. Every single day, I hear from a lot of you saying thank you for what you do. And people ask me all the time, how do you sit up there and put up with a lot of the stuff that we hear every day? And it's because you all are all so great to support all of us there. And that is such a critical part of it. Sorry, my eye is watering. And I just can't tell you how much it means to have all of you supporting. I had to be in Nashville yesterday for GovOps committee. And so after that committee, I stopped by with Justin Jones by the East Nashtivists, who were having a get together talking about how to push back about the slate of hate in the legislature this year. The idea that folks are already gathering, they're already meeting, they're already talking about how to make a difference, how to help the folks who are there change Tennessee, that we are a state that respects everyone's dignity and a state that seeks justice for every single Tennessean, not just a few. I just can't tell you what it means to have so many people in support of that and just letting us know that you're there every day, that you support what we're doing, and that you want to be involved. That's the thing that is most exciting to me, because I know that there's a group of folks that are getting together to show up on Legislative Plaza on Tuesday the 10th when session opens. They want to be proactive instead of always being on the defense, and talk about what the people's agenda is for this legislative session. And that is so critical, because with the supermajority, we've got to push back, we've got to be strategic, and we've got to talk about the things that Tennessee families need. We've got to make sure we're respecting the dignity of every single Tennessean. And you guys are helping to make that happen. And that's how we're going to be able to do it. It's going to take us, but it's going to take a whole lot of you all to help bring that change, to hold your representatives and senators to account. Let them know that you're paying attention to how they vote and how they're treating Tennesseans. We've got to do that. And with your help, we can truly make a difference. I like that a lot of folks in Tennesseans are fighters. They're volunteers for sure, but they're fighters. You know, we're already meeting after the election that maybe didn't go as well as we hoped it would. But there is hope on the horizon, because so many people want to stay involved. They want to change the state for the better. They want to work for families in Tennessee and make this, it's a beautiful state. We have to make it beautiful inside and out. We have to respect the dignity of every human being. And I think that if we all pull together, all of our organizations and all of us as individuals, and really rise up in a grassroots effort, our job as legislators is to help lift your voice, because it's your voices being lifted up that are really going to make the change. Tennesseans, we are right. The majority of Tennesseans on both sides of the aisle, they're with us on Medicaid expansion, on funding public schools, on paid family leave, on women's reproductive right to abortion. All of these things are overwhelmingly supported on both sides of the aisle. Cannabis, both sides of the aisle. These are the things where we are with the Tennesseans, but our colleagues across the aisle are not with their constituents. And we've got to get that message out. It's going to take you all to help us do it. And I look so forward to working with every one of you to make this state a state that we can be proud of all the time, not just sometime, and a state where every single citizen feels heard and seen and cared for and cared about. That's what we need to do. That's what I think we absolutely can do, but it's going to take all of us working together. Maybe we have to drop our egos at the door. Maybe this isn't about us at all, but maybe it's about our entire community and about this entire beautiful state that we want to make sure takes care of every single person. Say hello to Kat. But happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate, please enjoy this time with your family. Try to enjoy the cold. I'm trying to get used to it, but I just appreciate you all so much. I appreciate all the work everyone does. And I just want you to know sometimes it feels lonely out there as a Democrat, but there are a lot of us, and there are a lot more people who will join us if we're able to spread the good word about the benefits that Tennessee Democrats want to bring to every Tennessean.
Thank you so much, Representative Johnson. You always bring hope and inspiration to me and so many others. You know, when they redistricted us this year, they did not count on your resilience and how much all of us Democrats would work so hard to keep you there. Thank you for joining us, and happy holidays to you. Next, we'll be hearing from newly elected House Caucus Chair John Ray Clemmons, who is already fast at work on his goals that he has for the upcoming election cycle. And, you know, when most of us are actually settling down and working a little bit or pretending to be working, pretending to be busy as we approach the holidays, Chair Clemmons is getting to it and getting right to work. So thank you very much for joining us this evening, and I'll pass it off to you.
Thank you so much to the Tennessee Democratic Party for the opportunity to address all these great Tennessee Democrats tonight. As you can tell, I'm sitting in my car. I'm between events. I'm already raising money for the next cycle and building up and thanking the great supporters of the Tennessee Democratic Party. I can't thank you all enough at this, this season of Thanksgiving and celebrating with our families. It's really a reminder of to whom we should be giving thanks. And that's all of you who do the hard work across the state of Tennessee to really improve people's quality of life, because that's what we as Tennessee Democrats stand for. And that's what we fight for every day. You know, I think Representative Johnson mentioned that we're all fighters. And sometimes we take a little heat for that. But let me tell you, our values are worth fighting for. And I'm proud to do that. As a state representative, I've been serving since 2014 up here in Nashville. I was redistricted pretty heavily as well, not as badly as Representative Johnson. But, you know, nonetheless, we took the challenge head on and we came out on top in a lot of these races. I want to kick off by again thanking the chairman of the Tennessee Democratic Party and the entire Tennessee Democratic Party staff for all they do. Having worked at the party about 20 years ago, I know what an incredibly difficult job that can be. And I want to thank the executive committee across the state of Tennessee and all the county party chairs who are out there across the state doing the hard work necessary to build our party, to get people energized, to register people to vote, and organize them and get them out to the polls. It makes such an incredible difference. I also want to thank my predecessor, Representative Vincent Dixie, who served as chairman of the caucus the last 2 years. Leader Karen Camper from Memphis is reelected. She'll be continuing as leader. She did a great job this cycle, as well as the Senate leader Jeff Yarbrough, and the Senate caucus chairwoman, Ramesh Akbari, who is now going to be the Senate Democratic leader. And I also want to congratulate my friend, Representative London Lamar, or Senator London Lamar now, sorry, who is going to be the Senate caucus chairman in the upcoming year. And I look forward to working with Senator Lamar and helping elect Democrats across the state of Tennessee. You know, my job as caucus chairman is really pretty simple. It's to raise as much money as possible and get more Democrats elected and grow the Democratic caucus in the House of Representatives. And again, I cannot do that. I cannot do anything without all of your support. If you need me, I will be there. I've already been to most of your counties across the state of Tennessee in recent years, but just call me. I will do my best to get out to your county, help you build your county party, and help build the Tennessee Democratic Party across the state of Tennessee, because it is important, like Representative Johnson said, that we continue to spread the Democratic message. The people, the overwhelming majority of Tennessee agree with us on the issues, and they are the important issues that matter to working families on a daily basis. You know, each of us in the state house represents about 70,000 people, give or take a few, but we have a duty to all 6.9 million Tennesseans. And we keep that at the forefront of our mind every day, as opposed to those across the aisle from us who represent a select few. We believe in improving the life of every Tennessean, every Tennessee family. And that's what drives us to continue to serve in a very difficult environment. And I know that's what continues to drive all of you to do the hard work in the tough areas of the state of Tennessee, to continue to preach the Democratic message, to party build, and do what is necessary to move not only our party forward, but the entire state of Tennessee. Progress is possible. We can work together, continue working together with great leadership like we've benefited from in the past. And I look forward to doing that with each and every one of you. You all know I'm only a call, an email away. You know where to find me. Please reach out. If you need anything, we're here to serve you. It is an honor to serve as the chairman of the Tennessee Democratic Caucus and as a state representative to serve all 6.9 million Tennesseans. Thank you again for everything you do. Have the happiest of holidays, and let's get back to work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chair Clemmons. Happy holidays to you. Thank you for joining us this evening. I know how busy you are, but we're always happy to have you no matter where you're filming from. The Tennessee Democratic Party and both the House Caucus and the Senate Caucus always work so closely together. And we're very proud of that relationship, and we take that really to heart. So I'm really thankful to be working with Chair Clemmons and to get to know him a little bit better and to see what we can do. And I'm very excited for the opportunity to get to know very, very newly elected Senate Caucus Chair London Lamar a little bit more and to be working with her. Senator Lamar, Chair Lamar, are you with us?
Hey, Tennessee Democrats, it's me, Senator London Lamar, your new Senate Democratic Caucus Chair. And I am so excited to join you all today and celebrate the holidays. The holidays bring many happy feelings and opportunities for joy for families across the state. Joy is something that we all need as Democrats. These past couple of years have been tough on all of us, and Democrats have had to act as the conscience of this country by championing common sense approaches to health, families, reproductive rights, economic hardships, and many more issues. And coming off a tough election season, Democrats put forth the best effort possible to make sure that we can win and flip seats. And while we did what we could, our voices prevailed the most. And as you enjoy your family this holiday season, I assure you that us Democrats are going to be putting the best effort forward for a tough legislative season. We will be producing a legislative agenda that will unapologetically defend children, a strong education system, healthcare access for all families, and safe communities. These are the kitchen table issues that Democrats care about and that we will defend by any means necessary. So I look forward to seeing you at the state capitol this January. But in the meantime, happy holidays, and we're here if you need anything.
Thank you so much, Chair Lamar. I look forward to seeing you in January after we have rested a little bit. I know we're going to do some great work together. And now I'm going to pass it off to a special member of our team, Cassie Jackson, who is our digital director, who has put together this entire production for us and does pretty much everything else along with her trusty co-worker Noah Miga, who I don't know that we have on camera. But Cassie, I know you have a special, very exciting message for us about how we can get a little bit more plugged into the Tennessee Democratic Party.
Oh, it's so exciting. And I'm going to actually leave you right up here on screen with me, coming to you from the backstage, just one room over. But we have an exciting texting program where you can keep up to date with us. You know, I know you probably get our emails and you probably get, sick of hearing us from that way. But if you want to get texts from us, if you interact a little bit better in that way, we would love to shoot you text messages from our text service. So if you haven't already, if you can text BUILD, BUILD to 865-568-8511. You can see it at the bottom of the screen, 865-568-8511. You'll get to hear from us that way, and we would love to be connected with you. Thank you all so much once again for all of your support. We truly couldn't do this without you, and I hope that everybody has a restful and happy holiday. I'll hand it back to Britt.
Thank you, Cassie. You do some of the hardest work around here, and I'm so thankful to have you on my team. Text BUILD to 865-568-8511. I promise you will not get bombarded by a numerous number of text messages, but it is another way to stay involved and plugged into everything that we have going on. And I know that we're all tired of the emails. I am tired of the emails, even though I'm getting some great deals on Christmas gifts. Just a quick plug. If you are seeing on your screen a little donate button, or if you want to give a little bit extra to make sure that we're going to start off 2023 strong, you can go to this QR code. You can hit that donate button at the top of your screen, or you can go to tndp.org to donate a little bit. We'd love to have a little extra support. We know that this takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have staff who need paying. We have rent that needs paying. We have Republicans to unseat and not pay anymore. We've got to make sure that we're doing all that we can. Now, I am done talking for a little bit. I'm going to pass it back to Tamara Bates to introduce our next performer. Here.
All right. Let me just do a model for y'all one time. Okay, so next we have coming to the stage, we have no other than Jay Ammo. He's going to perform for us, give us a tune, good sound. We're so excited. And guess what? If you want to be the change that you want to see, you have to be the change. Start somewhere. So, Jay Ammo, let's go live.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Jay Ammo, and I'm a local singer-songwriter here in Nashville, and I'm so happy to be able to perform one of my favorite songs by John Mayer. It's called Waiting on the World to Change in support of the Democratic Party.
Me and all my friends were all misunderstood. They say we stand for nothing, that there's no way we ever could. We see everything that's going on in the world and those who lead it. It seems like we don't have the need to rise above and feel it. So we keep waiting, waiting, waiting on the world to change. We keep on waiting, waiting, waiting on the world to change. So if we have the power to bring our neighbors home from war, they would have never missed the Christmas. No more ribbons on the door. And if you trust your television, what you get is what you got. 'Cause when they own the information, oh, they can bend it all they want. That's why we're waiting, waiting, waiting on the world to change. We keep on waiting, waiting on the world to change. It's not that we don't care, we just know that the fight ain't fair. We keep on waiting, waiting on the world to change.
All right. Let's give it up for Jay Ammo coming to us to give us a snippet of the Waiting on the World to Change. Now, we all know we cannot wait on the world to change. We actually have to change the world ourselves. So we actually have another amazing performance coming up from award-winning Ashley Judd. Let's go.
Good evening to you, my fellow Tennesseans, and most importantly, my fellow Democrats. Well, it's good to be in fellowship and community with you this evening as we raise some money for our party across the state. And I brought some props to help us to that end. You may recognize these. So, of course, it says Unity, but guess what this one says on the back? What? How cool is that? I got into my attic to get these souvenirs out. That, of course, is when we nominated the great and good Hillary Rodham Clinton for President of the United States. And this one dates all the way back to Denver. Yes, I was there. One of the greatest nights of my life. I mean, if not the greatest moment when that man walked out on stage. Oh my God, took my breath away. And unfortunately, we don't have those souvenirs from when we nominated President Biden and Vice President Harris because that was done online. But I do remember when I watched that Democratic National Convention because I felt so proud and relaxed and comforted at how we had unity through diversity. The way the collection of Americans were represented through the diversity of folks was just something that made me feel really good about our party. And that's why I think we're going to flip Tennessee, because we know in Tennessee that we're not all the same. We look different, we talk different, we walk different. We've got different amounts of melanin in our skin, and our party understands that we are a diverse people. And in that diversity, we can have common welfare. The individual matters, and the common welfare matters too. It's not either or, it is both and. You know, and I think about this sweet woman with whom I was friends. She was elderly, and we always used to see her at Choices down on Main Street here in Franklin when we went to the buffet after church. And she was Methodist, and I don't know why my mom asked her this once, but she said, if you weren't Methodist, what would you be? And she said, I'd be ashamed. And that's how I feel about being a Democrat. If I weren't a Democrat, Lord Almighty, I would just be ashamed. But I wanted to share with you why I do feel hopeful about the prospects for Tennessee and how we can be one of those states that becomes like an Arizona. And that's because of conversations with individuals. You know, that poll from Vanderbilt came out today, and it showed that Tennesseans support abortion care and reproductive justice in the case of rape, which is male entitlement to female bodies, and incest, also male entitlement to female bodies. But Tennesseans don't know that our restrictive, unfair abortion law does not permit abortion care in rape and incest. And that's why we Democrats must engage in respectful, dignified, candid, open dialogue with all kinds of people in our families, in our communities. You know, my Uncle Roy and I, we absolutely broke up after the 2016 election. That relationship was ruptured. I was shattered. He did not vote in a way that was acceptable to me. But you know what brought us back together? A slice of chocolate pie, my Nana's recipe, a cup of coffee, and the kitchen table. And we see a lot more eye to eye today because of the kind of way I'm able to show up in our conversations. And that's why my motto is let it begin with me. You know, I can talk about anything today without being adversarial, without putting myself in a position of authority over someone else, without being combative. I mean, I've had to learn how to do this. Believe you me, my hair used to be on fire when I had these conversations. I felt so much pain because I was so emotionally invested, and I'm still very invested. I've just learned how to engage in an emotionally nonviolent way that allows these conversations to progress. So I don't want to say bring people around, because that's not the energy that I want to have around it, but that's why I feel hope for Tennessee and for our prospects. And, you know, I come from a very long line of Democrats. My great aunt Pauline, who lived on a poor farm in Lawrence County in Appalachia in Kentucky, named all her dogs after Democrats, and she loved her dogs. My Papa Simonella, first-generation Sicilian immigrant, loved President Carter. And today, my family is a little bit more politically mixed, but I could still talk with them about complex issues that most families are just toxic and hostile about because of the way that I approach the conversations. And I discover people in my family who are absolutely pro-choice. They wouldn't make that decision for themselves, but they support the bodily autonomy of girls and women. Now, when we walk that through, they're voting Democrat. So that was my message for you tonight, you know, is how to have these conversations with dignity and respect. It really begins with my capacity to become skilled in having those conversations. And I have to let that begin with me. You know, I have to find a place to put my anger, to put my pain, to put my grief, to process the cruelty of the policies and the laws that are coming out from the other side. You know, the things that are being proposed around our LGBTQIA siblings. Here in Nashville, this law that makes it a felony to squat on public lands, which just criminalizes being poor and unhoused. I've got a lot of feelings about that, but I can't take that anger and that righteousness to the conversations, because that's going to turn people off. And what I want to do is I want to bring people in, right? I want to bring people in. So that's what I wanted to talk with y'all about tonight. And I hope everyone has a lovely evening. It's very important that we group up together with like-minded people, and that we, you know, restore ourselves, and we feel safe in our community and in our fellowshipping with each other, and that we fill our cups so that we can go out in our abundance and have these conversations. And thank you all so much for letting me be a part of the Democratic Party in Tennessee. I love y'all, and peace be with you.
All right. Well, I did make a mishap. She was coming to speak, not to do a performance. So I read the card wrong. That was my bad. But if you stick around, we have another amazing performance from no other than Lou Ridley. Bring it to the stage. Let's go, Lou.
Hello, my name is Lou Ridley. I'm a y'alternative artist living in Nashville, Tennessee. This is my guitarist, JB Summers. And I'm really excited to be here today. The first song that we're going to perform for you is a song I wrote about the abortion ban in Tennessee and also the attempted gay marriage ban in the state of Tennessee. I have a lot of issues with taking someone's rights away from them, and I don't think that we can progress as a society if this is how we treat any group of people, regardless of what they look like or who they love. So this is Bless Your Heart. If you love freedom so much, why do you take it from us? Nobody deserves all that power. Your ideals are getting sour, 'cause it ain't our bodies, our choice. Just ask your little boys. They push themselves on us at parties, 'cause you don't discipline them hardly. You're worried about who's kissing who and what it says in the Bible. But darling, you're pretty far from a disciple. Maybe it's you who don't get it.
Maybe it's you who don't get it.
Maybe your mirror's just broke.
It's just broke, it's just broke, it's just broken, babe.
It's not me, it's you who needs fixing.
It's why.
'Cause what you say about us says a lot about you. But forgive them, for they know not what they do. Bless your heart. I don't wanna see that at your table. 'Cause if I'm Canaan, you're able. We'll bring the party to you. You're throwing stones, kneeling at the pew. You're worried about who's kissing who and what it says in the Bible. But darling, you're pretty far from a disciple. Maybe it's you who don't get it.
Maybe it's you who don't get it.
Maybe your mirror's just broke.
It's just broke, it's just broke, it's just broken, babe.
It's not me, it's you who needs fixing.
It's why.
'Cause what you say about us says a lot about you. But forgive them, for they know not what they do. Bless your heart. Oh, bless your little heart. Say we don't need your thoughts and prayers. Said we don't need your thoughts and your prayers. Said we don't need your thoughts and prayers. Said we don't need your thoughts and prayers. This next song I chose because I like it. It's off of my new EP called Graveyard Demos, and it's called Waters. I'm a cold little rebel, don't make much of a lover. You can ask any man I've known. Leave you quick in a hurry before you do me dirty. You can bet I'll be good, it's gone. But you're bringing something to the surface. I'm not one for feeling nervous, but you got me losing feeling in my bones. Promised I'd never write a love song, didn't feel like they deserved one, but with you the words are falling off my tongue. You love me reckless, you love me strong. You love me reckless, is trouble, trouble, trouble that I'm sure. This love is trouble, trouble knocking at my door. But this love is reckless. This love is strong. So this last song that I want to sing for you is called Hometown. I wrote this about a place called Southlake, Texas. MSNBC did a podcast on them recently because they are an incredibly racist, prejudiced place. And growing up there, I knew that I didn't like it, but at the time I didn't know why. And as I got older and learned more about the world, I was like, oh, that's why I never really liked you guys very much. So if you haven't heard of Southlake, Texas, do your research, do your best to get involved and help the students in that community because people are not being treated equally. And we can't have that. It's 2022. Get it together. So this is Hometown. Becky from high school didn't like me much. I used to eat in the bathroom and hide at lunch. She loved starting rumors and talking shit. Well, not much has changed for Becky since. Well, all the girls who said I wasn't worth it, no, they really ain't that tough in person. And to all the boys who told me I'm not pretty, heard you're working for daddy so you don't pinch pennies. Nepotism. I miss home sometimes. Oh, I miss home sometimes. I miss home sometimes, but I don't miss my hometown. No, I don't miss my hometown. Brad from high school didn't like me much, but that didn't stop him when he wanted some. I couldn't tell a soul, I couldn't tell my friends. Nobody helped us ask what I was wearing. Well, all the girls who said I wasn't worth it, no, they really ain't that tough in person. And to all the boys who told me I'm not pretty, heard you're working for daddy so you don't pinch pennies. I miss home sometimes. Oh, I miss home sometimes. I miss home sometimes, but I don't miss my hometown. No, I don't miss my hometown. Hello to the people who said I wouldn't make it. You're just up too late on Facebook debating. Forget my hometown. Forget my hometown. Forget my hometown. Forget my hometown. 'Cause it's not where you come from, it's where you're going. So you're born a little different, we'll go on and show it. So that was Hometown. Thank you for supporting the Tennessee Democrats. We need your help. Let's turn the state around.
Hello, everybody, and thank you, Lou Ridley, for joining us. I hope that you all have been enjoying this evening. To all of you, I hope that you're ready for a very Merry Christmas and a festive holiday season. This holiday season, let us spread the gift of love by recommitting ourselves to sharing our blessings with those in need. I hope that your hearts are filled with cheer because we have so much to be proud of. From the White House to the halls of Congress to right here in our very own state capitol, Democrats haven't just been fighting to make sure that people can live a more prosperous life. We've been embracing love, peace, joy, and hope. Tonight, as we go into the holiday season, thinking about those four words, let us be grateful for the men and women in uniform who have traveled thousands of miles away from home for the sake of peace and freedom and democracy. And although they may not be able to sit around the Christmas tree or sit around the fire with their families this year, because of their sacrifice and their service, we will be able to. Also, let's think about what it means to be hopeful this holiday season. To the small child, the smile that's going to be on their face because their family was able to put a decent meal on the table or buy their favorite toy this Christmas season. Let's also think about the families who are going to be able to fellowship together because Democrats from all stripes, from Memphis to Mound City and everywhere in between, came together to defeat a virus so that we can move on with our lives. Our country is doing well because of the sacrifices that Democrats have made and the leadership of our president. We have so much to be grateful for, and we have so much love to offer this holiday season. I know there's been some ups and downs this year, but this holiday season, I hope that love fills our hearts and guides us into the new year because everyone, everyone, everyone in this state is better off because Democrats have stepped up to lead our nation in a new direction. To all of you, I'm so grateful for the support that you've shown us this year. To our county party chairs, to our state executive committee members, to our elected officials, to those candidates who ran for office to share our values across this entire state, to every voter, to every volunteer, to every donor. It's because of you we are able to continue this effort of making sure that the Democratic Party in our state is still a viable fighter in this fight to make people's lives better. This holiday season, I hope that you all smile. And I hope that that smile is as contagious as your efforts to help make life better for so many people. I'm so grateful to be able to serve as chair of our state party. But I'm even more grateful to be able to be in this fight with all of you because we understand what's at stake and we will not give up until people can live better in this state. I want to thank you for the contributions tonight and for being a champion of change for the Tennessee Democratic Party. I know that many of you have made contributions, but I've got to do it. If you can dig a little bit deeper in your pockets, if you can find it in your heart to make a gift via contribution to our state party so that we can continue this fight. Because after all the campaigns have come and gone, after all of the candidates fade into the night, our state party is always here, year in and year out, making sure that we not only elect Democrats, but that we spread a message and build a state party infrastructure that will deliver results for decades to come. But most importantly, your contributions also help us to keep a great team of folks from all over the country who have come back home or come to Tennessee for the first time to join this fight with us employed. This holiday season, I hope you dig a little bit deeper, make another contribution, and help keep our state party afloat. Every dollar we raise goes back into making sure that we continuously build an apparatus and an operation that can deliver results. I know that you've had a lot of politics this year, so I simply want to say, Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year!
Good night, everybody, and thanks for joining us.